1. Introduction. My name is Claudia. This story is about me and a big mistake I made. When I was 23 years old, I thought I knew what I wanted in a man. I wanted a man who was exciting, not boring. I liked men who seemed a little dangerous, like bad boys. Money was also very important to me. I wanted a man who had money or would have money in the future. I wanted a good life with nice things. Status was important too. I wanted a man people looked at and thought, he is important. Kindness was nice, but it was not the most important thing for me. I often saw a man named Dany. He worked at the small grocery store near my apartment. Dany was always very kind. He always smiled. He helped people. I saw him help an old woman carry her shopping bags. He always remembered things about me, like how I liked my apples put in a separate bag. He was a nice person. But Dany was not handsome like the men in magazines or movies. He wore simple clothes. He did not have a car. He rode a bicycle everywhere he went. He seemed quiet and maybe a little shy. In my opinion at that time, he seemed simple. He did not seem like an exciting man. He did not seem like he wanted to do big things or make a lot of money. One afternoon, I was buying food at the store. Dany looked nervous. His hands moved a little. He spoke softly. "Claudia," he said, I like you very much. Would you like to go for a coffee sometime, or maybe see a movie?" My thoughts went very fast. Dany? Go on a date with Dany? He was nice, yes, but he was not the type of man I wanted. He did not have the things I was looking for. I tried to be gentle when I answered him, but I was also clear. "Oh, Dany," I said. I gave him a small smile. "That is very sweet of you to ask." I paused. "But honestly, you are not really my type." I meant that I was looking for a man with more energy, someone who wanted success and money. I thought he did not have these things. I thought he was too simple. His face looked sad for just a moment, but he said, "Oh, okay, I understand, no problem." He tried to smile again. I walked away from the store. For a short time, I felt a little guilty. I saw his face. But mostly, I felt relieved. I felt happy I said no. I felt I had avoided something boring. I still wanted my exciting life with an exciting man. I did not know then that saying no to Dany was a very big mistake. 2. The wrong boy. A few weeks went by after that day at the grocery store. I was 23 years old and looking for excitement in my life. Then I met a new man at a trendy bar in the city. His name was Marco. He was tall with dark hair and a very confident smile. He wore expensive clothes and looked handsome and strong. He seemed to have a lot of money. He bought drinks for many people and showed a thick wallet when he paid. He had the look and attitude of an exciting bad boy. He was exactly what I thought I wanted in a man at that time. Marco quickly took me into his world. He knew how to make a girl feel special and wanted. He said all the right things to me, telling me I was beautiful and smart every day. He made me feel like I was the only woman in the room. He took me on amazing dates that felt very exciting. We went to the best restaurants in the city and to exciting parties almost every night. We stayed out very late. He drove a fast, red sports car, which felt like something from a movie. Being with him felt like living in a dream, a very fast and fun dream. He really swept me off my feet with his confidence and fast lifestyle. My friends were very impressed with Marco. When they met him, they saw his good looks, his confidence, and his nice things. They thought he was very cool and handsome. They told me I was so lucky to be with him. Their positive words made me feel even better about my choice. I truly believed I was finally living the exciting life I had always dreamed about having. Marco seemed perfect for me in every way I thought was important. He had money, good looks, and seemed full of drive and excitement. He was everything I wanted. Marco was the bad boy type I believed I needed in my life. He was the complete opposite of the simple, quiet man I had said no to just weeks before. He was exciting, not boring at all. I thought I had made the best choice for my future and my happiness. I was very happy and excited about my life with Marco. I believed he was the right person for me. I thought my search for the perfect man was finally finished. I was very happy with Marco and our new relationship. I did not see any problems then. I thought everything was perfect. But I was very wrong. I did not know Marco was the wrong boy for me. He was not the right choice at all. I was sure he was the right boy, but he was the wrong one. 3. A bad surprise. After a few months, the exciting time with Marco started to change. Our relationship felt different. He was not as close as before. He often canceled our plans at the last minute. Sometimes he did not answer my calls or texts. He was very secretive with his phone. He kept it away from me. His money situation was also strange. Sometimes he had a lot of money and we went to nice places. Other times he had no money at all. This was confusing for me. When I asked him about these things, he did not answer nicely. He often became angry. He made me feel like the problem was me. He said I was asking too many questions or that I did not trust him. Living like this was difficult. It felt like walking on thin ice. The exciting feeling I had at the start was slowly going away. Then it was my birthday. Marco promised me a very special dinner. I was looking forward to it a lot. But the time for dinner came and he did not appear. He did not call or send a message. I called him many times, but he did not answer. I started to feel worried, then angry. I had a key to his apartment. He had given it to me before. I decided to go there. I thought maybe something was wrong. I opened the door and went inside. What I saw was a very bad surprise. Marco was in the apartment, but he was not alone. He was with another woman. Seeing them together hurt me very much. My heart felt broken. He tried to make an excuse, saying it was nothing important. But I knew it was a lie. I understood then that our relationship was not real. It was all a show, a lie. I felt very sad and also very foolish. I had believed in something that was not true. Good news for Dany. Months went by after the bad time with Marco. I was now 25 years old. I felt sad about love and relationships. I did not trust people easily. My heart was closed. I was just living my life day by day. Then I started hearing things. Whispers. People were talking about Dany from the grocery store, the man who had asked me for coffee a long time ago, the man I had said no to because he was not my type. The rumors were strange. People said Dany had won the lottery, a very, very large amount of money, millions. At first, I did not believe it. It sounded like a story, not real life. Why would this happen to quiet Dany? But then the news was everywhere. It was true. Dany was not just Dany from the grocery store anymore. He was a multimillionaire. It was a big surprise for everyone who knew him. Dany did not just keep the money. He was smart. He invested it well. First, he opened some cafes, not just normal cafes, but organic cafes. People liked them a lot. They became very successful. Then he started a company that worked with new technology. This company also did very well. I saw pictures of him sometimes. He looked different. He wore nice clothes like a businessman. He looked confident and strong. He was still the same kind-looking person I remembered, but now he also looked powerful. He was a successful man with important businesses. It was amazing to see how much his life had changed. I feel bad. Every time I heard news about Dany, I felt a heavy feeling. He was doing so well. His businesses were big successes. He had many cafes now in different places and a new company that was growing fast. People talked about him often in town. They said he was a smart businessman, but also that he was still a kind person, helping local projects. When I heard these things, I felt a strong regret. It was like a physical pain in my stomach, a cold, tight knot. I remembered the day he asked me for coffee very clearly. I remembered the words I used. "You're not really my type." Those words came back to me often. They repeated in my mind like a broken record. I had said that because he did not have money then. He did not look exciting or rich in the way I wanted. I judged him by his simple clothes and his bicycle. I thought he was too plain, not ambitious enough for me. I thought he was not good enough for the type of life I dreamed of. Now, he was a very successful man. He had everything I thought I wanted in a man: money, status, confidence, respect. But he had these things after I told him no. The timing was a bitter irony. My mistake was not just about the money, though I thought it was at the time, it was much deeper. It was about rejecting a truly good person. Dany was always kind to everyone. He was honest in everything he did. He had integrity. I did not see these important qualities then. I was looking for the wrong things on the outside. I wanted excitement and flashiness, a bad boy image. I chose Marco instead. Marco seemed exciting and rich at first. He showed me a flashy lifestyle. But Marco was a bad person inside. He was a fraud. He lied to me constantly and hurt me deeply. He had no integrity at all. Dany, the man I thought was boring and not my type, was the good one. He had good qualities inside him all along. He worked hard at the grocery store, always doing his best. When he had his luck with the lottery, he used it wisely. His success was real and built on good ideas and hard work, not lies and cheating like Marco. Marco's world was fake, a thin cover for nothing good. My choice was completely wrong. I rejected a genuinely valuable person, a diamond, and instead chose someone who looked shiny but was just a cheap, false copy. The feeling of regret is always with me now. It is a constant, heavy weight. When I see one of Dany's thriving cafes, or read about him in the news, or even just hear his name, the feeling comes back strongly. It is a powerful reminder of my foolishness and my poor judgment. I feel bad that I hurt a good person with my shallow words. I feel bad that I was so superficial and focused on the wrong things. My past self seems so blind and silly now. This regret is a hard lesson. It teaches me that money and looks are not the most important things in a person. Kindness, honesty, and integrity are worth much more. Dany had these important qualities all along, even when he rode his bicycle, and I was too foolish to see them. I feel bad about that every single day. It is a difficult feeling to live with, but maybe it is a lesson I need to carry. 6. I say sorry. The bad feeling did not go away. It stayed with me every day and night. I thought about Dany all the time. I thought about how good he was. I remembered his kind smile at the grocery store. I remembered the things I said to him. How I told him he was not my type. How I thought he was not exciting or rich enough. I felt very bad about it. It was a terrible mistake. A big mistake that I could not forget. My mistake felt heavier each time I heard about his success. News about his cafes, his tech company, his money was everywhere. By the time I was 26 years old, the regret was too much. I knew I had to do something. I had to say sorry to Dany. I did not think that saying sorry would change anything between us now. I knew he was a very successful businessman. I knew he probably had a new, exciting life. I knew he probably did not need anything from me. I did not want him back as my boyfriend. That was not why I wanted to see him. I just needed to tell him that I was truly sorry for my past actions. Sorry for being shallow and unkind. Sorry for not seeing the wonderful person he was because I only thought about money and looks. It was important for me to say the words. But where was Dany now? He did not work at the grocery store anymore. He had big companies. I needed to find him. I looked online. I found the name of his main company. It was called Peter's Group. I found the address. It was in the city center. It was a very big, modern building made of glass and steel. It looked very important and expensive. It was a place for powerful people. One afternoon, I went there. I felt very nervous. My hands were cold and shaking a little. My heart was beating fast in my chest. I walked into the building. It was large, bright, and shiny inside. Many people in smart business clothes walked fast with important faces. I felt small and very out of place in my simple dress. I went to the front desk. A woman sat there. She looked very professional and serious. I said, "Hello, can I see Mr. Daniel Peters, please?" She looked at me from head to toe. Her eyes seemed to ask, "Who are you and why are you here?" She said in a clear voice, "Do you have an appointment?" I said, "No, I don't. My name is Claudia. I know him from a long time ago. It's personal." She did not look happy about this, but she used her computer and made a phone call. She spoke quietly. Then she looked at me again. Her expression changed a little. "Mr. Peters will see you," she said. I was very surprised. I really thought he would say no. I felt a little hope, but also more fear. I waited for a few minutes. Then a door opened on the side. Dany came out. He looked different now. He wore a very nice, dark suit. He looked confident and calm, like a man in control. But his eyes were the same as I remembered. They were kind eyes. He looked surprised to see me standing there. Then he smiled a little. It was a polite smile, not the warm, friendly smile I remembered from the store. He said, "Claudia, it is you." His voice was calm and deep. He said, "It has been a long time. Please come into my office." I felt even more nervous now, walking beside him. His office was very big and beautiful. It had a great view of the city from the large windows. This was Dany's world now. I sat down on a comfortable chair in front of a large desk. Dany sat behind the desk. I did not know what to say first. I just looked at him, trying to find the old Dany in the successful man. He waited patiently. He looked ready to listen to whatever I had to say. I took a deep breath. My throat felt dry. I had to say it. I had to say sorry. 7, what he said. Claudia sat in the big office. It was very modern and clean. Outside the window, she could see many buildings. This office showed how successful Dany was now. Claudia felt small sitting there. She remembered the small grocery store. She looked at Dany. He looked different now, in a nice suit, but his eyes were still kind. "Dany," she started, her voice shaking a little. "I know it was a long time ago, but I remember that day at the grocery store. when you asked me for coffee." Dany sat quiet for a moment. "Yes," he said softly, "I remember that day too. I came here to say I am very, very sorry," Claudia said. "I was awful to you. I was superficial and stupid. I thought that money and looks were the most important things." She told him her ideas about men were wrong. She chose a man, Marco, who seemed exciting and rich, but he was a bad person. He lied to her and cheated on her. "I see all your success now," Claudia said. "I am truly happy for you, Dany. You worked hard and you deserve everything good." Her eyes felt wet. "But my apology is not because you are rich now," she said clearly. "It is because of how I treated you then. I did not see the good person you were. I made a terrible mistake. I am so sorry for everything I said and did." Dany listened with a calm face. He let her finish speaking. Then he spoke. His voice was quiet but clear. "Claudia," he said, "thank you for coming here today. I appreciate you saying sorry." He leaned back a little in his chair. "Yes, what you said that day, it did hurt me," he said. "It was not easy to hear. But it also made me think about my life. Maybe I needed to try harder." He looked at her face. "But please understand this," he continued. "You are here now, after I won the lottery, after my companies are big and successful." Claudia looked down at her hands. She knew what he meant. "How can I be sure," Dany said gently, "that this apology is real? How can I know it is not just because I have money and success now? That if I was still working at the grocery store, you would come here?" "Dany, it feels real to me," Claudia said quietly. "Maybe it is," he said, "but I cannot know for sure, and I cannot take that chance. I cannot trust that feeling right now." He stood up. "My life is very different now," he said. "I have moved on. I am happy." He walked towards the door of his office slightly. "I wish you good things for your future, Claudia," he said. "I truly do." He opened the door a little. "But for you and me," he finished, "there is no chance. That part of my life is finished." "Good luck," he said again, politely waiting for her to leave. Claudia felt a deep sadness. She stood up slowly and walked to the door. I learn a lesson." I walked out of Dany's office. I felt sad, of course. It was hard to hear him say there was no chance for us. But I also felt a strange kind of peace. He was right. He had every reason to doubt me. I had shown him before that I cared about money and looks more than kindness. My actions gave him a clear picture of me. So his rejection this time felt fair. It didn't make me angry. It just made me feel sad about the chance I lost because I was young and foolish. Time passed after that meeting. Now I am 28 years old. Dany is still very successful. I hear news about his businesses sometimes. People also say he is happy with someone new. She knew him after he became successful, but people say she loves him for his good heart. This makes me feel a little sad, but also happy for him. My regret about Dany is still with me. It is a quiet reminder of how I made a mistake. I was so focused on the wrong things, but that experience, talking to him again and hearing his words, it changed me. I started to think differently about what is important in life and in people. I don't look for bad boys anymore. That type of excitement often brings problems and sadness, like with Marco. I stopped thinking that having a lot of money or looking a certain way is the most important thing. My ideas about love and relationships are different now. Now I value kindness above everything else. I look for people who are honest and have good hearts. I want to find a real connection with someone, not just a flashy image. Rejecting Dany was a terrible mistake. I missed the chance to know a truly good person because I was superficial. But that mistake taught me the most important lesson of my life. A person's true worth is not what they own or how they look on the outside. It is about who they are inside. It is about their kindness, their honesty, and their character. I am still learning, but I am trying to build my life and my happiness on these better, stronger ideas.